NBA YoungBoy has an insane jewelry collection valued at over $10 million. And he actually has a specific chain he only gives to the hitters in his circle. I'm dead serious. But before we dive into that wild story, let me break down every single piece he owns and the history behind them. You guys aren't even ready for this. So look. NBA YoungBoy, the Louisiana legend, hustled his way from the streets of Baton Rouge to becoming one of the biggest rappers on the planet. With that kind of success comes massive wealth. We're talking about a net worth north of $60 million. The kind of money where you can drop a bag on anything without a second thought. And believe me, he's been spending that cash on some of the most incredible jewelry you've ever seen. This collection is honestly mind-blowing. Let's get into it, starting with his chains. First, we have his iconic nameplate pendant. This isn't your average piece though. It spells out "YoungBoy Never Broke Again" in full, featuring custom imagery that represents his whole movement. It's a massive diamond-encrusted pendant that hits from a mile away. What if I told you this single chain cost around $75,000? That's right, 75 bands for just one piece. This was one of his first big purchases when he started blowing up in the industry around 2017 and 2018. The pendant is crafted with natural white diamonds, and the level of detail is incredible. Every single letter is perfectly iced out, and the custom design captures his entire journey from the streets to superstardom. Think about that for a second. At just 18 or 19 years old, this man was dropping 75 racks on a chain. That's more than what most people earn in an entire year. But for YoungBoy, this was only the start. This chain became one of his signature pieces. You'd see him rocking it in every music video and all over Instagram. It was basically his calling card, showing the world exactly who he is and where he came from. Next up, we have the legendary 38 Baby pendant. This is where things start getting seriously expensive. The chain is named after the breakout mixtape that officially put him on the map back in 2016. 38 Baby Project was what really made people realize this kid from Louisiana was on a different level. To celebrate that milestone in his career, YoungBoy headed to Shine Jewelers in Philadelphia, same spot where the biggest names in hip-hop get their Ice to commission this masterpiece. We're talking about a pendant crafted from a mix of rose gold and white gold, creating a contrast that really makes the piece stand out. And the stone's pure, natural VVS diamonds. For those who aren't jewelry experts, VVS stands for very, very slightly included, meaning these are some of the clearest, highest quality diamonds available. To the naked eye, these stones look absolutely flawless. The price tag on this thing is a staggering $200,000. I'm not even joking. This man literally wore the price of a house around his neck. He picked this up around 2018, right as he was cementing his spot at the top of the rap game. The craftsmanship is so intricate that it actually took the jewelers over 2 months just to finish it. And here's the crazy part. This chain became so iconic that shops all over the internet started selling replicas. You can find knockoff versions of the 38 Baby chain everywhere because the design is just that recognizable. But trust me, nothing compares to the authentic piece YoungBoy actually wears. It's wild how a single piece of jewelry can become that influential within hip-hop culture. But wait, it gets even better. Next up, we have the Young Thug tribute pendant, and this one has a very special story behind it. NBA YoungBoy has always been vocal about his respect for Young Thug. Thugger was one of his biggest inspirations while he was coming up, and over the years, the two developed a genuine friendship.
Why'd you get Young Thug?
Say why?
Yeah.
I'm a Young Thug myself, and that's my inspiration. Great. He's really like, his voice is an instrument, literally. His voice is like a real life instrument.
What are your thoughts on YB?
Top.
YoungBoy, yeah, top.
Dope. Michael Jackson of the new
Bro,
school.
his shit looks crazy, bro.
He's Michael of the new school. He need to drop some music right now.
So, in 2018, YoungBoy decided to pay homage to his idol in the most extravagant way possible by commissioning a custom pendant of Young Thug's face. And this isn't just some basic portrait. This piece actually depicts Thugger wearing sunglasses and smoking, seemingly modeled after a specific frame from one of his music videos. The attention to detail here is on another level. What really makes this pendant stand out is the use of multicolored VVS diamonds. They used white diamonds, yellow diamonds, and various other stones to create an incredibly realistic portrait. It took the jewelers over 2 months to finish because they had to nail every single detail: the facial features, the shades, even the blunt. The cost, roughly $150,000. Dropping 150x just to show love to someone who inspired you is the kind of respect that money usually can't buy. But YoungBoy found a way to express it through his ice. And honestly, Young Thug was honored by the gesture. That's the kind of genuine brotherhood you see in hip-hop when it's real. No cap. That's easily one of the dopest moves I've ever seen in the rap game.
Man, so grateful and just so honored to be able to just like having had those conversations with him way back then, before he even blew. Just having them conversations with him, just like telling him, giving him a few of my opines and like a few steps that I took, a few things to do, like a few things to look into, like certain shit, like just be able to look at this now, just like, bro, that nigga tough, like,
Yeah.
he hard, like,
Yeah, he going off.
he going off. He one of them ones, you know what I'm saying? He got them. He a real one too. You know what I mean? Like, he doing what he doing right now, boy. He tough.
Yeah.
He got him.
Yeah, he definitely got it.
Respect, love, honor.
Yeah.
I always love that boy.
Now, let's talk about his custom slat pendant. For those who aren't familiar, slat is a term that has become huge in hip-hop culture, and YoungBoy wanted to represent that movement in his collection. This piece is crafted from white gold and features a mix of emerald cut and round diamonds, which creates an incredible visual effect. He usually wears this pendant on a tennis chain, where every single link is flooded with diamonds. So you've got an iced-out piece hanging from an iced-out chain. It's literally layers on layers of diamonds. The green from the emeralds mixed with the white diamonds gives it a unique look that stands out, even in a collection as wild as his. While the exact price tag hasn't been officially disclosed, jewelers estimate it's worth somewhere between $80,000 and $100,000 based on the materials and the work involved. That's just another casual six-figure purchase for NBA YoungBoy. Are you guys starting to see a pattern here? This man does not play when it comes to his jewelry. Alright everyone, now we're getting to the wildest piece in his entire collection. The custom for KT Gravedigger pendant. Trust me, the story behind this chain is absolutely insane. Pay close attention to this one, because this isn't just about the jewelry, it's about what it represents. First, let's look at the piece itself. It's a massive rose gold pendant, and when I say massive, I mean this thing is huge. It's completely covered in baguette diamond-zos rectangular cut stones that give it a high-end, luxurious finish. The design features motifs referencing his 4KT brand, Never Broke Again, for Keeps Trey and his overall lifestyle. The craftsmanship is on another level, with intricate details that have made it one of the most recognizable chains in hip-hop today. The price tag, roughly $250,000. That's $250,000 for one pendant. But here's the kicker. YoungBoy actually received this as a birthday gift from Shine Jewelers. You heard that right, they gifted him a $250,000 chain. That shows you the kind of relationship he has with his jewelers. They know he's a loyal client who has spent millions with them, so they showed him some major love. However, this is where the story gets absolutely wild, and I'm not even exaggerating. YoungBoy loved the design of the Gravedigger pendant so much that he decided to commission several more, but he didn't make them for his own collection or to sell them as merch. He had a much more specific purpose in mind. He created them to hand out to a select few in his inner circle, the hitters in his camp. We're talking about guys like NBA Ben 10, Lil Tim, and others in his crew who are known for their reputation in the streets. Let me break it down. In NBA YoungBoy's circle, that Gravedigger chain isn't just jewelry, it's a badge of honor. It's a symbol that you've put in real work and taken a life for the crew. It's actually wild when you think about it. Anytime you see someone in the 4KT camp rocking that Gravedigger pendant, it signifies they've supposedly earned it through the most extreme actions possible. It's not something you can just buy or ask for. You have to earn it. That chain represents loyalty at its most dangerous level. Take Lil Tim, for example. He's the one who reportedly took out King Von during that infamous Atlanta shooting back in 2020. After that incident, he was seen wearing the Gravedigger chain. NBA Ben 10, another crew member heavily involved in the streets, also rocks one. These chains are basically the uniform for the most dangerous members of YoungBoy's inner circle. Now, I have to keep it real with you guys. This is dark. We're talking about actual violence, lives lost, and real-world consequences. This isn't a game or something to be glorified, but it reveals just how deep the street code runs in these circles. It shows that in hip-hop, jewelry can represent way more than just wealth. Sometimes it stands for something truly dangerous and tragic. Get this. Jewelers estimate YoungBoy has commissioned at least 5 to 7 of these Gravedigger pendants at $250,000 apiece. That's potentially over $1.5 million spent just on chains for his crew. Regardless of how you feel about it, you can't deny that's a level of loyalty and investment you rarely see in this industry. Alright, let's switch gears and talk about YoungBoy's watch collection, because this is where things get seriously expensive. He combines high-end luxury watchmaking with that signature hip-hop flair, and his wrist game is every bit as wild as his chains. No cap, let's look at his iced-out Audemars Piguet skeleton watch. First up, we have the iced-out Audemars Piguet skeleton watch. Now, for those who don't know, Audemars Piguet, or AP, as it's known on the streets, is one of the most prestigious watch brands in the world. We're talking about top-tier Swiss craftsmanship from a company that's been around since 1875. These aren't just timepieces, they're literal works of art. YoungBoy's AP skeleton is fully diamond set, meaning every possible surface is flooded with ice. The watch features a skeleton dial, which allows you to see all the intricate mechanical movements working inside. It's like wearing a masterpiece of engineering on your wrist, just completely covered in diamonds. The price tag, around $200,000. He picked this up around 2019, right as he was cementing his status as one of the highest earners in the game. The skeleton design is a huge hit with rappers because it displays the high-end craftsmanship while still being incredibly flashy. It's the perfect mix of sophistication and street style. What's even crazier is that Audemars Piguet doesn't actually produce many watches per year. They are extremely exclusive, and getting your hands on a skeleton model is difficult, even if you have the cash. But when you're NBA YoungBoy and you're dropping millions on jewelry, jewelers make sure you get exactly what you want. It's wild how that kind of money opens doors that stay closed for everyone else.
No, bitch, I paid 55 for this right here. Around you, I don't know what you talking about. And I don't like you, dude. So why you got, man, why you?
But YoungBoy didn't stop at just one AP. He's got several. His next piece is the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, fully loaded with diamonds. The Royal Oak is the definitive AP model, famous for that distinctive octagonal bezel that's instantly recognizable. The second you see that shape, you know exactly what it is. YoungBoy's version is crafted from white gold and is heavily set with diamonds. We're talking ice on the bezel, the dial, and the entire bracelet. Now, a standard Royal Oak is already an expensive watch, but once you add all those custom diamonds, the price skyrockets. This specific piece cost around $150,000, which, honestly, sounds like a bargain compared to some of his other pieces. He picked this up around the same time as his skeleton AP, building out a collection with various styles. The Royal Oak is more of a classic, timeless look, while the skeleton is flashy and modern. Having both shows that YoungBoy really appreciates the different sides of luxury watchmaking. The Royal Oak has been spotted on everyone from LeBron James and Jay-Z to Drake. It's a major status symbol in the highest circles of wealth and success. For YoungBoy to come from the streets of Baton Rouge and now own multiple APs is the ultimate definition of making it. And of course, we have to talk about his diamond bust-down Rolex. In hip-hop culture, a bust-down is when you take a luxury watch and completely flood it with custom diamonds. You're taking something already expensive and making it even more extravagant. YoungBoy has several Rolex models likely Datejust or Day-Date styles that are fully iced out from the dial to the band. Every single link in the bracelet is set with diamonds. The face is covered, and even the crown has ice on it. When the light hits this watch, it looks like a disco ball on his wrist. These bust-down Rolexes typically cost around $50,000 each, and he's been seen with a few different versions. He switches them up depending on his outfit or his mood. Sometimes he goes with the AP for that high-end luxury vibe, and other times he keeps it classic with the Rolex. Other times, he goes for the bust-down Rolex to get that classic hip-hop flex. What's interesting about these bust-down watches is how much controversy they stir up in the watch collecting world. Purists feel like you're essentially ruining a timepiece by adding custom diamonds. But in hip-hop culture, it's seen as the ultimate status symbol. It proves you have enough money to take a $30,000 watch and drop another $20,000 or $30,000 just to cover it in ice. That kind of excess is exactly what defines hip-hop luxury, and YoungBoy is fully leaned into it. But we're just getting started. YoungBoy's collection goes way beyond just chains and watches. We have to talk about his rings and bracelets too, because this man eases out everything he wears. His rings are usually oversized and packed with diamonds. He even has a 38 baby ring that follows his signature pendant theme, same design, same diamond quality, just scaled down for his finger. These rings can easily cost anywhere from $20,000 to $50,000 each, depending on the size and the clarity of the stones. Since he usually rocks multiple rings at once, you can do the math on just how much value he's carrying on his hands at any given time.
When the lights go down and I need some help, I just hold on you, and I see Jesus made a diamond. Oh, I came out too precious.
Then we have his bracelets. YoungBoy is a big fan of both tennis bracelets and diamond-encrusted Cuban links. If you're wondering about the name, a tennis bracelet is a thin band where every single link is a diamond. It got its name after a famous incident where tennis star Chris Evert's bracelet broke during a match. Cuban links, on the other hand, are much thicker and more substantial chains that are also drenched in diamonds. He usually matches these to whatever watch he's wearing, for instance. If he's rocking the AP, he'll pair it with bracelets that complement that specific look. We're talking about an additional $50,000 to collar, $100,000 just in wristwear. He coordinates his jewelry the way most people coordinate their outfits, making sure every piece works together to project that aesthetic of wealth and success. So, let's add this all up. We've got the nameplate pendant at $75,000, the 38 baby pendant at $200,000, and the Young Thug tribute piece at $150,000. Then there's the custom slat pendant at roughly $90,000, plus multiple 4K Gravedigger pendants totaling around $1,500,000. For the watches, the iced out AP skeleton is $200,000. The AP Royal Oak with diamonds is $50,000. And the collection of diamond bust-down Rolexes comes in at approximately $150,000. Add in the rings at about $100,000, and the numbers are staggering. Then we have the bracelets, which add approximately $150,000 to the total. That brings us to over $2.6 million just for the pieces we've identified. And honestly, there's likely much more in his vault that we haven't even seen yet. When you account for his entire collection, it's easily worth $10 million or more. But here is the truly insane part. NBA YoungBoy can afford to maintain this level of spending for the rest of his life without ever going broke. With a net worth of over $60 million and growing, plus the millions he pulls in every year from streaming, YouTube views, and touring, he is completely set. He remains one of the most streamed artists on YouTube, consistently racking up hundreds of millions of views, because his music resonates so deeply with fans worldwide. Unlike some rappers who burn through their cash, YoungBoy has been smart about building wealth while still enjoying the fruits of his labor. To put it in perspective, he could buy a $250,000 chain every single month for the next 20 years and still be a multimillionaire. That is the level of financial freedom we're talking about. He went from the streets of Baton Rouge, surviving poverty and struggle, to owning a jewelry collection worth more than most people will earn in their entire lives. Whether you agree with his lifestyle or not, or whether you find the Gravedigger chain story legendary or a bit intense, there is no denying that NBA YoungBoy's jewelry collection is among the most impressive and expensive in the history of hip-hop. The man truly is never broke again, and his ice proves that every single day. That wraps up our breakdown of NBA YoungBoy's $10 million jewelry collection. If you learned something new today, or if any of these prices shocked you, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. No cap, we have plenty more content like this on the way, breaking down the insane jewelry collections of all your favorite rappers. Drop a comment below and let me know. Which piece from YoungBoy's collection is your personal favorite? Is it the 38 baby chain, the Gravedigger pendant, or one of those high-end watches? Also, let me know who I should cover next, Lil Baby, Lil Durk. If you want to see more of the most expensive jewelry in the game, make sure your notifications are on so you don't miss the next drop. Trust me, the next collection we're looking at is even more mind-blowing. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace, stay blessed, stay iced out, and remember, work hard so that one day, you can flex like this too. One love, fam.